Guys. Hello, hello. All right, so Scorpios, because we are in a castle for this backdrop right now, castles are imposing and they're solid structures. That's kind of what I wanted to do in this storyline is ask, give me something solid, something stable, something just here's the story. No wild interpretations. Let's just get down to business. Something straightforward. We got a 2 of Cups as a first card out with an 8 of Wands. Okay. Oh my God, seriously? We've got a 6 of Cups. We got a 7 of Wands. We got a 6 of Swords. We got a 5 of Cups. Okay. This is going to be the fastest reading ever. So, Scorpio, we start out with a twin flame soulmate energy where there has been no communication. There has only been the longing, the I feel your energy. I don't know what that means. I only sense you out there somewhere beneath the pale moonlight. There's a vibe here. Yes, that's a song, Linda Ronstadt. But this energy, this distance, and definitely there's been distance. Not even the cups have been touching, their foreheads aren't touching, but the bond has been there and it has been echoing and echoing. So it's been very much a 5D connection for probably quite a while. And yet instead of that bond breaking, it's actually intensified to the point where instead of just one person thinking it and sending messages to the other one, you notice how the big ball of light is smack dab in the middle of them. So they have aligned, basically. Energetically speaking, they both are in the same, I'll say, wavelength at this point. They're equalized. And so what happens when they get equalized in the energetic 5D realm, they're ready to take action in the 3D realm. This could be one of them sends a message to the other, and they literally like feel it. They don't hear their phone ping. They feel like, I need to look at my phone. I feel like there's a message. And bam, there it is. It's not going to probably be a surprise that it comes in. It may be on a clear blue day. Maybe this doesn't happen soon. Maybe this happens. This is 8 of Wands. Maybe it's in August, 8th month. Or maybe it's 8 days down the road. Or maybe it's about balance. Really, the 8 is a perfect balance, right? Because they're each putting in 4. So their energy flow is perfectly matched. Maybe they both thought about sending each other a message on the same day. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they do send each other on the same day and it wouldn't have mattered. They're both, writing it out. They're both about to send it. Maybe it's at 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever. The bottom line is we have action being taken that is going to be just exactly at the right time. And the action is they're both saying, I want to see you. I think of you. This is nostalgia and this is a returning soulmate energy. So we have twin flamey stuff, soulmate. I use those interchangeably. I feel differently about a lot of these topics. And please know that's not a challenge. Whatever you believe, absolutely. I support you in that. No need to no need to ever feel challenged on my channel. I don't tell you how anything is. You get to believe whatever you wish and whatever is true for you. Awesome. Absolutely. That's your life story, not mine. But I just want to leave it more broad because as a storyteller, I'm always aiming for broad interpretation, because everyone will interpret things differently. Just like some people hate the flavor of coffee. I love coffee. We all have a different interpretation. Some people like the smell, hate the flavor. It all depends. We're all different. We've got a 7 of Wands, which is these two are both saying, I want to see you. And I have a ton of thoughts of us. And those thoughts are about our problems, our blockages. Where have our blockages been? Where have those problems arisen from? And are there certain things that these two may never be able to necessarily get beyond? Yes, because we still see somebody standing in front of the doorway. And yet, instead of that, they may be saying, I can't ever see things quite the way you do because you are a different human than I am. As close as we may be, as bonded as we may be, your life experiences will still have shaped you differently than me. And so your opinion or your motive for the reason you hold an opinion will still be different than me. Can we both say we didn't fully understand each other? And to a certain extent, we won't. But we could move on from the blockages that have been preventing us from saying, but in so many ways, we do match each other. Matching each other does not mean, like, let's put it this way. We can match each other in a remarkable amount of ways, but if one partner is more tired than the other, and they're like, I gotta go to bed early, we don't get mad and be like, oh, fine, you're not even seeing it my way. I wanted us to stay up and watch a movie. Like, nobody gets mad at somebody because their body is tired where ours is not yet. It's the same thing. There are differences in the way we'll perceive all kinds of things in life. Our heck, I mean, like, think of the things that divide people, religious views, political views. They could be totally different religious or political views. And they're like, but you know what? Imagine it was no different than if you're more sleepy than I am right now, or vice versa. It's okay that we're different about those things. That shouldn't be a deal breaker, because all the areas that we do connect, the fact that I love you, that I respect you, that I admire you, it's okay that we held different opinions about some things that we're not going to see eye to eye on. But instead of letting those things, because I feel like these two had like issue, a big issue. They did not see eye to eye on something that was probably like I say, one of the hallmark things that divide people. And they're both saying, but I don't care about the stuff that divides us, because the stuff that bonds us is greater. And what I really want is to move forward, and especially move forward beyond the grief. This Five of Cups says both people have huge regrets, or certainly one person, maybe one of them has bigger regrets that they allowed blockages to get in the way. Heck, this could be, if there were things that were, different about these two, say it was, we'll just go with like religious beliefs, and maybe they kept having to like defend the fact that they, Scorpio thinks differently than I do. Yeah. And maybe a bunch of people in their world were like, well, how is that going to work? Blah, blah, blah. It could have been a lot of other people that were creating, because look at all these wands coming out this person, and they're like trying to fend this off. Maybe they're saying, I regret so much that all of those problems from external sources got involved and like amplified whatever our issues were. And I just want to move on from that. Heck, maybe they've moved on from whomever was causing the difficulties, but they just have a lot of regret that anything tore them apart from their Scorpio. That, this is something that, whatever this difference was, they regret that a difference was enough to cause distance between themselves and Scorpio. I kind of have to say, though, I wonder if that didn't serve a purpose. Yeah, it did, because they had to walk away. Okay, this is shaping up like there were other people who were like, talking in their ear, like, well, how are you going to be with Scorpio? Are you guys don't even believe in the same things, or whatever the differences were. There was a whole bunch of other people buzzing in their ear or something, making more like, just like a hive of buzzing noise. And they really needed to walk their own path. They needed to not allow other people's opinions to create more drama. Anytime we love anybody, who we love is such a personal experience, right? It's the most personal choice maybe ever to make, or certainly one of the most personal choices to ever make, who we feel connected to. And it really shouldn't ever be anyone else's. That nobody should have an opinion about it, right? Everybody will always have an opinion about everything, but it should never, ever, ever, other people's talk should never be enough to break apart a relationship between two people that love each other, because nobody else is involved in that relationship other than the people that are in love. So it never should be somebody else's business for two consenting adults to choose each other. But they had to really walk away from the need to defend a situation that, like maybe it was just like, oh my gosh, our romance is so complicated because there's all this drama coming from family. Who the heck cares? Who the heck cares who disagrees? There shouldn't be any cultural barriers, any kind of barriers at all to who we can love. That's just my opinion. But it's right. I do think it's right. Why would anybody else have an opinion about who two consenting adults can love? And who they can marry. This is beautiful. These two are this person is coming in to marry our Scorpio. They could be a Taurus, or they just simply have listened to their higher power and they are absolutely saying really nothing else matters. Oh, that awesome song by Smokey Robinson. I don't care what they say about me, and I don't care what they do. I don't care about anyone else but being with you. That's the song. That's the anthem for this particular story. Look at that. Scorpio's worried though. 9 of Swords. Scorpio's like, yeah, now you want to marry me. You say nothing else matters. I mean, I've been feeling your vibe too, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that we're talking. But wow, you really did hurt me. So Scorpio's like, but are you going to hurt me again? If there was enough turmoil that it kind of kept you away from me, would you let that keep us apart again? Do you have the strength to never let our bond be tested again? Are we really in flow, in sync? Are you really calm enough and strong enough in yourself to choose me first, last, and always, and above all others, that will never be separated by, whatever the external forces were on that 7 of Wands? Scorpio has to know that first, because there's stress here saying the fact that happened once. I feel like Scorpio says, I do feel like they are the person for me now, that they are, they're asking me to marry them, and that they are the real deal at this point, and that they are strong enough to be with me. But I will still say that there was hurt here for sure. 4 of Pentacles. I kind of feel like no matter what, even if Scorpio says, I believe that they are the right person, I may still need to be around them for a prolonged amount of time first to see this and witness it firsthand, because there was hurt here, especially because this was a deep and profound connection. The fact that anything could shake us up and make them stay away from me is enough to say I would need to first see who they really are now. Are they the Strength card? Are they the Temperance card? Are they that quality of person? And then the Judgment. Yeah, Scorpio just needs some time to see if this person has really got the backbone to face anything and not it's not that they ever doubted that they loved Scorpio. It was just that there were so many struggles and problems. It's like they got more invested in like fending off the problems and the struggles than they did in making sure that their bond with Scorpio was the primary thing that they were like constantly like meshing with. This should have been what they did, and instead it was like, okay, we have a bond, but I'm over here fighting, and it's like, okay, wait a second, aren't you supposed to be bonding with me? Well, yeah, but I have to fight over here. And it's like, no, the harder it gets, the closer we need to get. We need to be like, so that it doesn't matter, like we'll be stronger as a unit that faces whatever problems there are, but I need them to be choosing this with me, to melt with me. So I think Scorpio just needs a little bit of time to see, do they really have that courage? Do they really have what it takes to not get distracted with arguments and all that other jazz that seem to have pulled them apart in the past? And then it looks like Scorpio can make that decision to move forward with them. And that's what it looks like is happening in this. So I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you as always for being here, guys. If you do enjoy my fictional storytelling, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It lets me know you like the channel, that you're watching, and that you want it to still be here and want me to keep putting out content, and then I will. Thank you again for being here. Bye.